There's nothing like the smell of freshly baked cookies. It's something that fills the home of a Caledonia mom whose journey of self-discovery led to a sweet and successful specialty cookie business. Winnie Dortch has her story.
Just call Jessica Kollatz the Cookie Mom.
I always make sure I have at least like one or two, they're my oopsie cookies. I'll just throw on some icing for them and they are happy with that.
The mommy of two set out on an adventure to find herself again.
I needed a hobby to do, like something to bring my back to myself, after being a mom and having kids. I really needed to find an outlet. Well, we gotta beat the butter and the eggs together.
Kollatz always had a creative mind, loved to bake, so there was no question how she could get her groove back.
I just fell into a hole of all these YouTube videos of cookie decorating. And then we'll start with the flour, just a little bit at a time too, because again, you really want to get that dough into the flour.
The YouTube videos gave her a little push.
I was like, oh, I want to try this. I had ordered cookies for my son's birthday, his first 2 years, and my husband was like, you can do this.
Kollatz put all her skills to the test.
So I gave it a go. First dozen times, it was like, are you kidding me? I can't do this. So I actually mixed up 2 batches together, so we'll roll out.
She was so passionate that giving up was never an option.
Just trial and error, following all these cookie groups on Facebook or Instagram, and now here I am.
Here she is as the owner of Boardwalk Cookie Company.
I became so enveloped with cookies, and people talk about cookies. I'm like, I can talk about cookies.
And can you keep the dough in forever? Like how long you need it to be? Is there expiration date for it?
I only like to keep it in for 2 days. Otherwise, I will freeze it.
Baking cookies isn't the only thing on her plate.
And then just kind of re-roll it so that way it is even.
She's learned to balance all 3 of her hats.
I love working with chilled dough because it helps really maintain my shape.
A mommy, a baker, and a full-time employee at her job.
Do bedtime routine. I usually will bake the cookies the night before so that way they're prepped and ready for me to get going on decorating the next evening. So that way it's just a flow. It's a learning curve too. You really have to know what works best for you. All right, and let that bake. And then we can make the royal icing.
Kollatz outgrew her kitchen. She starts there, then ends up downstairs for the finished product.
All right, come on, guys. You want to come to the cookie room?
That's right. She turned a portion of her basement into a little cookie shop.
All my cookie cutters right here. I have more in bins still.
Cookie cutters are categorized by holiday.
They just accumulate. I'm sure I have more upstairs, too.
The shop is where all the magic happens.
It's out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. I get to keep the kids away from it. I like to outline my cookie first. So you just dab it on and you lift up.
She likes to do 10 dozen orders a week.
There are some other days where I take on larger orders, and so if I have a larger order, that is my focus for that week. And we'll just go ahead and let that dry for a few minutes. So what that does, it's going to make our layer crust over.
The fun part, of course, is decorating. She has a special little tool to help along the way.
I actually have a projector that helps me create the image to the T. Otherwise, if I were to hand draw something, it might be a little wonky. So this requires patience. Yeah. So you have to make sure your hand is out of the way.
Today, Kollatz still can't believe her cookie company once was a hobby.
The passion grew.
And she's always looking for new ways to do what she does best to represent the title of the Cookie Mom.
There's things that I still want to learn, so just focusing on that. If people have a hobby that they're truly passionate about, go for it. It took Walt Disney how many tries before Disney became a thing?